Well, Jason, we could go on and on talking about how, perfect of a day it was out there today. But for those who were not here at the top of the show, we're looking at some pretty hot temps tomorrow.
Yeah, I really expect us to get to the 90s.
Wow.
And even at the coast, too, because we're going to have a strong breeze, a land breeze, not a sea breeze. Now, the sea breeze is going to try tomorrow. I don't think it's going to make much progress. Right now in Bangor, 77. I expect Bangor to get to 90 tomorrow, at least very close to that. There will be, some patchy frost tomorrow morning waking up. I know this is Maine, so you go from patchy frost to 90s, but here we go. Hottest day of the year so far. Yes, so far. I would love it if it was just period, but it is so far. And a big cold front Sunday late, and we're back to reality. So it's not going to be a heat wave. It's only going to be one day of it being hot, unless you count it today. Then it's two. Here's that cloud cover coming down from the north. A few sprinkles. That's it. It's over. Currently, temperatures coming up 70s here along the coast, 80s inland, a light sea breeze. Nothing terribly strong, but that water temp is at 54. So it's a little bit cooler there. Right along the islands and then heading up to Rockland Bar Harbor. Eastport 75, nice breeze here coming in off the land. So that's nice and comfortable. You don't have the sea breeze, but it is warm with high pressure to the south, high pressure to the west. So we're going to get a slice of this heat in eastern Canada off this ridge. It's going to come down to Maine, and the squeeze play is going to be on. So you're going to watch temperatures here in the hour-by-hour forecast that are going to skyrocket on Sunday. Tonight, not bad. Comfortable sleeping weather with 60s widespread and a few 50s, except the wind-sheltered valleys. And then during the day Sunday, here we go. Up north, we have a cold front approaching Caribou at 80. It's approaching. It's up north of basically the crown of Maine. To the south, watch what happens here as a ridge of high pressure comes in out of the west here and sits on top of us. But look what's knocking on the door. Yes, that is a cold front. That's going to be a backdoor front, big dip in the jet stream. I call this the weather highway, and that's going to cool us down Monday for the holiday. But then we warm right back up next week with more high pressure coming in from the west. So up and down we go. I run for the 90s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back to the 70s, and then right back up to the 80s, and I expect even some 90s in the forecast as we get to the middle and end of the week. Seas at 3 to 4 feet. Water temp is 54. Be careful if you're heading to the beach tomorrow where it's going to be hot, hot, hot. 78 to 92 as we talk about Sunday. So 78 is more like down east, Eastport area. 92 is going to be just down south of that. 65 to 75 Monday, Tuesday 64 to 78. Much more comfortable if you don't like it hot. Here are the numbers. I'm going 92 inland, so that's going to be the southwest interior all the way up to Bangor. And then we're up to the 70s and then 90s again on Wednesday. And notice this forecast at the coast. I'm going to go 90 for the first time this year. Sea breeze is going to try tomorrow. It's not going to make much progress. We cool down Monday, and then we're right back up to some warmer temps by the middle of the week. All in all, it looks like pretty wild roller coaster ride here. Usually you wait until the middle of June for to get 90s around here. Summer comes early in Maine this year.
And Jason, a good safety reminder, you pointed out a few minutes ago, it's going to be very hot outside, but the water temp's still a little bit cooler, so just be careful when you're out on the boat or the beach this weekend.
Yeah, you got to be really careful about that ocean temp.
All right, Jason, thank you.